Oh, look at me, I'm speaking like a teacher myself.
Well,
this should be easy. Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Can't be your first duel.
Let's just have a quick learner.
Oops.
Tego.
come on.
Ringo.
Also,
Levioso.
There goes my way.
Hey guys, welcome back to the second part of Hogwarts Legacy series on my channel. Just to recap a little, our character has found a mentor in Professor Fig. We are supposed to travel to Hogwarts, but there's a certain detour. I wanted to go watch part 1 first. We're now supposed to go ahead and begin our exploration in Hogwarts. If you noticed the first episode, I wasn't really speaking a lot because personally, as an audience, when I watch gameplay videos, I don't like when people speak over the dialogues of the main characters. I want to follow the plot very well. So that's what I felt, that you should first get to see what the story is all about. Just get the base of the main plot. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Let's get started. Yes, we named our character Dolores Dumbridge. And this is the Gryffindor, not the common room, one of the rooms for the girls, like the dormitories. We are supposed to head to the common room. A lot of times in this game, you're gonna find me just walking around. Some of you might call it wasting time, but I like to, chill out and unwind because I find this very cozy. Okay, the gramophone. We'll see what we can interact with. Which reminds me, by the way, a lot of people in this 1 year wanted that whenever Hogwarts Legacy developers update the game, they create some sort of an update where you're able to sit around in the castle and enjoy the ambience. So there's a lot of speculation that the DLC that was supposed to release on the anniversary, they would make these updates. Of course, the DLC has been delayed for now. She drank a cup of tea. So yeah, I really would like to know your thoughts on DLC. For those of you who already know the game and the plot and who've maybe seen other gameplays, what do you have in mind? I'm personally very excited. I would like to, move ahead in the game apart from basic combat and basic plot. I would like to play more and stay in the game more.
different. Starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Oh, we have a couple of gossips. Speaking about us. Does this resemble what it was like in the movies? Maybe, maybe not. We don't really get to see this side of the Gryffindor common room. Okay, there's somebody right there.
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food, like that poor man from the ministry.
Can't imagine starting a new school this late.
A little room, everyone. Don't fall
So
off.
everybody seems to be gossiping about us.
I can just have a butterbeer.
Perhaps I should.
Right now.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor...
Hey guys, Editor Sommer here. I'm here to give you context on why I am skipping through these conversations. Well, they're not really important to understand the story. They are just irrelevant, they're small talk, and it's so lengthy. I don't want it to include in my gameplay because it would take so much time, and then you'd actually face so much delay in getting to the good part where we go through the main quests.
One eternity later.
To meet you as well. Good luck today.
New Gryffindor. Professor Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
Not pay for all your school things. Rewarded with a house full of exes. Your father's infant mother.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Yes, please. Again, guys, a little bit of this episode will mostly go in this.
Opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up! Ah, the guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio. Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Okay. Revelio.
Wizard Barufio, famed for his brain elixir, is an example of what happens when incantations are improperly spoken. He once said S instead of F and found himself on the floor with a buffalo on his chest. Okay.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Can we sprint? We can't.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Yeah, well, we're waltzing in a park.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use Floo Flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
There is, in fact.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well-trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Okay, so these are the main quests. We'll have a Charms class, and the other one is Defense Against Dark Arts. Let's go to Charms.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Let's find a way to Charms. By the way, just admire the graphics, the way they've designed the castle. I mean, even in the movies, we don't really get to see this much detail.
He runs a shop, he's fun and honeydew.
doesn't necessarily want him to go back to the lesson.
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Okay, so we're learning Accio. What? I'm distracted clearly.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Let's see how we do with
Very
this.
simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Very good. Excellent control there. Happens to the best of us.
Fell.
Splendid!
Average.
Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go! There we go.
Please don't fall, don't fall. Yeah, we did it.
Very good.
Be sharp. Phew.
Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Fair.
Brilliant. Watch this. That is how it's done.
It's gonna be a tie if I end up with another 50.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Yes!
Oops! Miscalculation.
Stay focused.
Be sharp. Phew.
Don't. Okay, I'm playing very badly.
Had it. Here we go. That is how it's done.
We lost really badly.
Don't lose your composure. Very good, both of you. Well done.
Really? Well done. I didn't even score a single 10 or 30 or even 50.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go
Not
too easy
really.
on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio.
I'm skipping all this.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly,
Nice to meet you.
It's been nice.
And the professor wants to speak to us. Let's go.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now,
so was I.
Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okay.
Hello
Green
there.
quest done.
You're the new student, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Okay, so we participated in a conversation for no reason.
Do you think it's painful to be in a and then the werewolves join the goblins in the upright?
Let's move on to the next quest. Defense against the dark arts. I'm sure a lot of you will enjoy this. Let's go. This game is very well thought out. I just can't get enough of it. I can't say it enough number of times. But if you were to just, just walk very slowly, maybe I'll just make one episode after completing the game when I'm just walking for the sake of walking. There's no quest, there's no deadline, there's no pressure to, show you the good content in the game. It's a really nice game. I love how they've designed Hogwarts. I love that you get to experience it somewhat as a student. But for now we'll sprint. And here we go. Weird eyes.
Stupefy! Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
In the beginning...
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Also, again, they are sort of training you through these missions how to combat successfully.
Good.
Oh, look at me, I'm speaking like a teacher myself.
Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start.
This is where it gets fun.
Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Let's go.
This should be easy. Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Can't be your first duel.
Let's just have a quick learner.
Oops.
There you go. Case things.
Okay,
I do enjoy a lively duel. If only all of my students were this adept.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Sounds intriguing.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts...
Okay, again, I'm skipping this. Not really important. So, to summarize, he's inviting us to a dueling contest of sorts. And that'll come up in the quests anyway, so we're not really missing out much. Cross wands. Let's go there. Just look at this bridge. Look at the views outside. And once we get on our broom, then there's no stopping us.
Levioso!
So here we are.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does crossed wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
I'm ready.
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
Let's go.
We'll make you regret signing up.
Oh really? Let's see. Okay, so we just learned that.
Come on!
Ringo!
Expulso!
Levioso!
There goes my way.
Is that all you've got?
Some big hits that round.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Wands victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
So this was more of a side quest, but again, there are certain side quests that help you move forward with the main story as well. Let's play one more main quest for this episode and then maybe we'll wrap it up. For this episode, I mean. So let's find a way to Miss Weasley.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
No, Professor.
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
So that's why I've not been able to block spells successfully. I mean, whenever I cast Protego, there was some sort of a miss. Maybe this is the reason.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Sebastian.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavoury local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Okay. If you remember this tree... Right, we already know that. If you remember this tree, I think this is the same tree where Professor Modi transformed Malfoy into a weasel, if I'm not wrong. At least that's what I think it is. Anyway, I guess that's it for this part. We learnt Levioso and Accio, and we saw a little bit of that in Summoner's Court and a little bit of dueling. But next episode onwards, we're gonna go outside of Hogwarts. We're gonna go to Hogsmeade first. We'll get a bit attuned to, traveling outside Hogwarts, and we'll get our supplies, we'll get our own wand. So there's lots to do for the next episode as well. I'm just cutting it short here because, again, walking around the castle and doing these quests, it's gonna take a lot of time. So I guess let's see Hogsmeade in the next part. Till then, I hope you enjoyed the last episode and this episode. If you did, please like this video, share it with people who you think would love Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy as a game. And yeah, please comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.